Oh, go ahead and start so I can...
I'll start and then cut that in. We'll pick up from there.
Good.
Yeah. Welcome to Still Untitled, the Adam Savage Project. I'm Will.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Norm.
I always like that line from Miller's Crossing. I like Leo. He's nice and he's got a good heart. That it's true what they say. Opposites attract.
I don't know if I've ever seen Miller's Crossing.
Miller's Crossing, it might be my favorite Coen Brothers movie. Miller's Crossing is an absolute masterpiece.
Wow.
Really, really, really. I just watched it again a few weeks ago with the boys. It's a stunner and it's phenomenal.
They have such a wide-ranging yeah, but I mean, but at the same time they're so prolific. It's hard to know just by looking at a trailer or whatever whether it's going to be a Coen Brothers movie I like.
Yeah.
Or
no, impossible.
Yeah.
Miller's Crossing is an early film. I think it's their third or second film. I mean, it's really, really early.
Wow. So before Raising Arizona, then?
No, I think Raising Arizona is first is Blood Simple.
Yeah.
Then I think it's Raising Arizona. Then I think it's Miller's Crossing.
And then it's like Hudsucker or something after that?
Yeah. It's all those are in those early days. And I love Hudsucker Proxy too. I mean, it's just wonderful. Jennifer Jason Leigh, she can't do anything wrong.
She's the best My Girl Friday ever. And
I don't think she'll ever love me as much as I love her.
It's for kids.
It's for kids.
And if you just joined us, we were talking about Miller's Crossing.
We were.
And fish.
But I bet you wonder what these are about.
Is that some sort of rainbow fish?
Let's see.
Let's see gar.
Let's see what it says.
Is it Big Mouth Billy Bass?
Land and Sea proudly presents the Wildlife Collector Series. Each piece is individually hand-painted to capture the splendor and beauty of nature at its very best.
So these are not
on one
stuffed
side.
fish.
Yes, it's painted on one side. On
What's for the
side,
wall?
Everyone knows the left side of a salmon is black.
Is this the return of Big Mouth Billy Bass singing that song about the bass?
These are not animatronic fish. These are born of these are.
This is a great bit for the audio listeners.
So what's on the table are these two large fish. One is about 26 inches long. One is about 22 inches long. And they're effectively fiberglass replicas of fish that are very brightly colored and painted. The kind of things you'd see on the wall of a bar or grandpa's den.
Kitsch.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
they are
like a
kitsch.
Chili's.
So I bought these. I bought these off of eBay. I had this idea for a project, and I thought, I need a big fish. And the project involved me wearing the fish on my head in some way, and I needed large fish replicas. And I went on eBay and I bought these two. They were dirt cheap, and they arrived. And I cannot remember what I was planning to do with them.
What?
I have no idea what I was originally thinking.
You're going to put them on your head.
Yeah.
But these are not nearly big enough.
Are you going to build a Carmen?
I have your guess about this is as good as mine. I remember two things. One, I needed fish. Two, I was going to wear it on my head. I have no idea why or for what.
I got it.
Yeah.
You're going to make a Carmen Sandiego hat, but with fish instead of fruit.
No,
Not Carmen
no.
Sandiego.
Not even going to do a
Carmen
Catherine
Miranda.
Hellman
Yes.
update of her Brazil shoe hat or something like that.
Wow.
Do you recall, and you must have in your records when you bought these on eBay, so maybe you
I could look at my browsing
up
history and see what
exactly,
You tried to
or-
recapture your mental state?
I hadn't thought about doing that. Yeah, I could go back through my history.
Sherlock
Detective.
Holmes, yeah.
Yeah,
Memory edition.
Maybe the NSA already knows what I was planning to do and has. You know, I've forgotten.
If they're going to spy on us anyway, at least they can help us out when we forget
with
stuff.
memory recall.
Yeah.
So
What would you like to see Adam do with these fish?
I have
Keep
no
your
idea
suggestions
what it-
PG-13.
Listen, I really don't. I don't need suggestions for what to do with them.
Okay.
I just find it hilarious. And I also like taxidermy, so these will go fine on the bathroom wall here in the shop. But I was sort of gobsmacked to have them arrive and go, oh yeah, I have no idea what they're for.
So I used to have a friend who had a pretty substantial drinking problem who used to buy presents for his future self when he was drunk from
Yes.
Amazon and eBay.
I love past drunk self.
Right.
Best gift giver ever.
And so it's always...
Have you done that?
Oh, yeah.
Have you never done that? It's great.
Past drunk.
I've never done that. I don't drink.
Well, it's not
anymore,
drinking, but just like sleepy.
Yeah.
Like, any time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like 2 weeks later, a package comes, you open it, like, what the hell is this? And then it's some taxidermy fish.
Oh, well, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's just absent-mindedness. The alcohol helps.
The outcome, but the idea
I
of
think.
totally forgetting that I ordered it and
yeah.
having it arrived. So what have you bought that way, Norm?
A lot of books.
Yeah.
Lots of books. And I do the books thing where I just buy them on my phone when I'm at somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I'd never, that's like instantly goes away from my mind.
Buying something on your phone, you just don't remember that.
It doesn't happen. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
And then, and then lots of toys just pre-order. Lots of pre-order stuff that's not going to be out.
Oh,
for
yeah.
6
And then it
months.
doesn't come out for like a year and a half.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pre-order stuff is bad about that, just in general. I don't like pre-orders because of that.
Way
But
to
sometimes you don't have a
complain.
choice. Yeah. These are the real,
internet.
the first worldiest
Dear
to first world
Internet,
problems.
My pre-order toy has not arrived, and it's been a year.
Man, hold on. But go back. Remember when you were a kid and you had to send something in? It was like, it'll take 6 to 8 weeks to arrive. And that was the longest 6 to 8 weeks of your young life?
I remember
the best.
putting $5.18 into an envelope and sending it to get one of those rubber dollar bills from the back of a comic book.
Yeah.
The back of comic book catalogs.
I
are some of the best
bought all
things.
sorts of stuff from those.
And the way they sold
hovercraft.
them, how much they could, the imagination that they could pack into like a 3-inch by 4-inch ad. One
we even
picture.
say this, every single thing was a ripoff.
Absolutely.
Every single thing
Hold on.
was shite.
Didn't you do the vacuum cleaner hovercraft, though?
No. I mean,
Oh.
I built one with my kids years ago.
Okay. Did it work?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, that's not a
totally
ripoff,
works.
then.
It's totally easy to do. But they sold the plans, right?
Yeah, but
They
that's...
sold you the plans. Also, the
You need plans, you need a photo. This was literally one photo, all that you need to know.
So I got my Estes rocket kit from the back of a Boy's Life or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That was not a ripoff.
No.
One
okay.
thing.
Oh my God. So yeah, I was I got into modeling about the same age everybody else did, like 8 years old, something like 9 years old. So I bought a model kit, and in the model kit was a coupon where it was like, fill out this coupon and send it to us, and we'll send you a free model kit. Right? And I didn't see that there was also like, and you'll get a subscription to Model
Yes.
Magazine, which you have to pay
Yes.
for.
Yeah.
So I get the kit, and then I start getting these letters. Like, it's time to pay us $30 for the magazine.
so
and
scared.
I don't have the $30. And so I just start throwing away the letters.
Oh,
Eight, 10 months go by. I get letters like this. Mr. Savage, it's time to stop beating around the bush. When something needs to be said, it's time to say it. You have taken something for, I mean, I was, and I like,
It's a shame.
I read this and threw it in the trash. And my mom was like, a couple of days later, she was like, honey, what is this? And I was like, I'm sorry. I felt like they were going to come for me. And she was like, oh my God, she felt so bad. And she immediately made it go away. Right? She got on the phone.
Yeah,
and
she
was
killed
like,
him. Oh.
You go away. You know,
I'll tell you this. I'll go one step further. I got like it's the subscription thing, the magazine thing, and having worked in magazines, they never really went after people. Like, it's not worth it. They don't. No one ever.
It's all about threatening letters.
It's all about threatening
That's
letters.
as
Oh,
deep
really?
as
Yes,
as deep as
that
they
is
go.
Deep as they'll go. Threatening letters because it's not worth the legal time.
Yeah.
To pursue. But as a kid, you supposed to get the one free magazine, and then you got to cancel, or else they'll send you.
Man,
and then
you have to
you're
spend
already
20 cents on that stamp.
And then you get the letters, and I won't even throw them at home. I go to hide them in my pocket, and when going out to dinner, find a trash can in the middle of nowhere outside the restaurant and throw them away there, so it wouldn't be in the trash at home. Because I didn't want my parents to know.
wow.
Yeah.
You were, wow. And they could have rescued you.
I just didn't steal magazines. I paid for them. It's much easier. You'd like a subscription to this magazine.
The way they get you, I don't know if they still do this now, but you get the first issue comes with some awesome model or something.
I got a Model T Ford.
Right, and I got like a space, like a F-14 fighter jet. I remember, like a small one in 5th grade, and it's like the best thing ever. But you don't want.
But then you need to send them a registered letter to cancel the subscription.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Making it hard to get out of something is it's one of the, I think it's right. I think if they did an update of Dante's Inferno, there would be a special place in hell for the.
Try canceling your AOL dial-in.
Oh, right.
Right. I got
Still something like 20% of their actual
Just
annual
dead
income is that.
$10 a month.
And it's all kids. Like they make it so easy because there's advertised in comic books and Boys Life magazine for kids to sign up for these things, and not. It's just the in-app purchases today. That's what it was. Magazine ads and mail order stuff was the in-app purchase of 20 years ago.
I think the in-app purchases are worse, though.
Oh, I
because
agree that they're worse.
They're
but I think Norman's
hitting
right.
psychological
The analogy
levers.
is a direct one.
Yes.
It's exploiting a market that doesn't know. It's figuring out a way to make money from a market that is completely naive.
But with the magazines, what they're trying to do is make it easier for you to just keep paying than to cancel. What the in-app purchase is doing is triggering psychological levers that you probably don't know exist to get you to keep hitting the pellet. Yeah, easy money.
Children are playing this game.
It's
How
easy
do we
money.
Squeeze money out of them?
Exactly.
Right. So the same conversation happened in both cases.
So speaking of squeezing money out of children,
it's time to talk about Christmas.
It's Christmas, guys. And
well done. That might be the best segue ever.
It's the most inappropriate for sure. So it's the week before Christmas.
It is.
And for us, it's the week before Thanksgiving still.
It is.
So we're recording this in the past.
Before Thanksgiving.
No, next week is Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Really? Week after next?
It's the 22nd, and today's the 18th.
No,
17th.
27th. Wait. Next week can't be Thanksgiving.
Next week is Thanksgiving, guys.
Oh, no, you're right.
I am 100%
this
right.
Weekend is.
I ordered a turkey this weekend. Let me tell you. I may miss a bunch of other things, but my Thanksgiving business is dialed in.
Next week.
This is why I can't have nice things. I don't, let's see.
Is today Monday?
Today's Monday.
Oh, no wonder.
You're right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
today
a week
being
and a
Monday,
half.
then it's
Right.
next.
It is. There it is.
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
So that was a fascinating interlude.
Yes.
Adam, Will, and Norm. This week on Still Untitled. Adam, Will, and Norm look at their calendars.
Oh, yeah. Christmas is next month,
Yes.
but it's the week after this podcast.
It's day after tomorrow for the
So
podcast.
here's
Interlude is
what
over.
just happened for me is I've just gotten back from the tour. And I'll bet it was great.
You know what? I am 100% sure it was. Can you believe what happened in Albuquerque?
No.
You guys,
I don't think I went to Albuquerque, but Austin City Limits were fantastic.
Oh, you're at Austin City Limits?
I am!
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you meet anybody?
Probably.
Okay. We'll talk about that next week.
Wow.
Time travel.
And that party in L.A. was great.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that she was there.
Wow.
What?
I'm talking to myself in the future. It's just
So
like
Christmas.
Interstellar.
If
So
you
what,
had,
what do you guys want for Christmas?
I
I mean, we're adults now, so it's like
I buy
take care
stuff
of
if
our
I want.
I
weird
think the
needs.
people at this table are probably the worst people to get Christmas
We are
presents
the
for.
worst.
I specifically have things that I telegraph, and I know I will not buy, even though I want, because I know they are easy Christmas presents for people to buy me, and they falls between the stuff that's too easy for me to buy, like I was mentioning books
Socks.
earlier.
That is both awesome and a little weird.
Like I will buy books immediately.
That's Norm's biography.
So like I will buy that, and I don't want people to buy me that for a gift because like I can buy it for myself, and I want the instant gratification. But for things like a set of pint glasses, I really want. I don't need them now.
Right.
It'd be great to have, and they're within the price range of a gift.
What
I will
you're doing is a
telegraph.
kind of a subtle registry.
Yes. Yes, in conversation.
SubtleRegistry.com is available, guys.
Subtle registry. You should write an article for Lifehacker called the Subtle Registry.
Subtle registry. The subliminal registry.
It's
Life hacking, mental, Jediing registry.
So the problem with the subtle registry, though, is that you are relying on the people around you to be astute and pay attention.
Why
and
would
take
else would I
note.
have friends who are not that?
It happens. Sometimes it's hard to pay attention and remember, and you get in that situation where it's like 2 weeks before Christmas. You're like, man, he totally said something in August that I thought, oh man, that would be great, but then I can't remember why I have these fish, and here we are.
The other thing that I do is I don't buy Blu-rays anymore. I download I get the digital copy.
Yeah.
Or watching movies in theaters.
So you're buying from iTunes or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Or Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And
What do they do? Extra materials.
they don't do extra material.
Nobody does extra
no,
materials
Apple does sometimes,
Okay.
but it's a very limited thing. And
That's what I miss. I
the
love
extra materials are what I love.
Extra
Yeah.
materials, Frank, from a prop replication standpoint, extra materials on DVDs is often one of the most fertile places to find behind the scenes looks at the props you're trying to replicate, giving there were details on the ZF-1 from The Fifth Element that I could only discern by buying the German version of Die Fünfte Element.
That's the Fifth Element.
And so managing to click through the screens to behind the scenes and watching the documentaries in German.
I just love the thing I love about discs is the commentaries. So like Gina and I will put on commentaries for a movie that we've watched. This is why I have probably 4 different versions of Almost Famous, because there's different commentaries on each one. And like
I've only listened to the Cameron Crowe one.
so there's multiple Cameron Crowe ones.
Oh, wow.
There's one with Cameron Crowe and his mom that's fabulous.
Oh, wow.
Like
The
his
only
real
one
mom,
I
not
saw was
Frances
the one in
McDormand.
which he does the full Stairway to Heaven scene.
Oh, that okay.
Where you can
but we'll put them on while we're doing board games or cleaning the house or something. You just kind of it's background noise. It's not music, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That would be so easy for iTunes or something to sell as like
just
$2
add as a director's
add-on.
track, add $1, and you click on it and you get it.
Well, so some stuff has that, but then they have the digital. My digital version of Captain America has that of Winter Soldier, and it has like a limited selection of extras, but you never know what you're gonna get, and sometimes they're exclusive, and it's just you know.
But I was
just
saying,
weird.
I let people know I do not buy Blu-rays, and so I enjoy them, and I'm more than happy.
So you let other people buy you Blu-ray.
So that's a perfect, $10 to $20 purchase. But this year's Christmas season, the thing I want most, that I'm probably not going to buy for myself, is the Batman 1966 complete Blu-ray set.
Oh wow,
that's a good one.
Finally released, $166. I believe they did how many episodes?
It's like 4 years worth, right?
Yeah, 4 seasons worth of episodes.
5 maybe.
Finally released. They figured out all the contract stuff.
And they did a film restoration, right? So it's actually super high resolution. It looks amazing.
Oh wow.
There's a YouTube video that Warner Brothers posted. Well, it looks as the best it's ever going to look.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube video where you can see the left right of the film transfer versus the TV transfer, and it's stunning.
Night and day.
Yeah.
Chalk and cheese, as they say in the UK.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. There's a similar re-release of that, and it's only $99. I think that's on my list because that's too much.
I haven't thought. Mrs. Don't Try This, and my wife and I. We kind of,
Do you do an exchange on Christmas morning?
We do little exchanges on Christmas morning, and sometimes one or the other of us will get a inspiration and kind of go all out and do something nifty. But for the most part, we're sort of like, if something grabs us, we'll go and do it. But for the most part, it's like, making sure the kids get, I think one of the boys wants an amp this year. Which is totally cool.
That's a good thing.
Get a good music gift.
It's the kind of gift that you'll buy and you immediately will regret. But I guess you can plug headphones in.
Yeah.
But
God, as far as I don't know,
my wife and I usually buy experiences for each other. Like we give small gifts, but then we'll if we want to do something big, then we'll go on a trip someplace or we'll do something.
A hot air balloon ride.
Maybe not a hot air balloon. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Look, honey,
that's a 20-year experience.
I've got some coupons for you.
Oh my goodness. What I want,
the gift that keeps giving the whole year round.
There's a terrible and wonderful joke of this old couple that've been together for 60 years.
Am I going to have to edit this out later?
Nope.
Okay.
It's his birthday. It's Harold's birthday, and he comes home, and his wife says, "Harold, we've been married for 60 years. I've gotten you a present. It's waiting for you in your bedroom." And he goes up into his bedroom, and there's this very sexy woman in there. And she says, "Hello, Harold. My name is Trixie, and I'm here to give you some super sex for your birthday." And he says, "To tell you the truth, I'll take the soup."
that's a grandpa joke.
Oh, boy.
It's great.
Oh, wow. That is totally a grandpa joke.
In terms of experiences, I think a lot of people might want, instead of objects, they want the thing that can get the story they can tell. They want a story. And the story I want, and it's also experience, is I want to wake up on Christmas morning and go out and someone has put a big giant red bow on my car.
The one that you already own?
On my car that I already own. So it's the Christmas to remember.
That's hilarious.
And all I want is the bow on my a car and unwashed.
You can get those bows at any dealership.
That's brilliant. I will get that for people, and they can have
go that and do every
they
car
can
on the
have
street.
the December to remember, and then they can tweet about it, and that's their experience.
So a few years ago, when we first bought the Fiat 500, the Cinquecento, Julia and I had been planning to go get one, but Mythbusters just takes so much time to shoot, and I never got around to it. So she just went to the dealer and did it. And, I woke up on Christmas morning to the car in the garage.
Oh, she bought the car.
She bought the car without telling me, and it had a bow on it in the garage.
How big was
ridiculous.
the bow?
It was big. It was about 3.5, 4 feet in diameter.
Especially on a Fiat.
Big,
giant,
wide, 1 foot wide ribbon.
Yeah.
I want the giant bow in
So
commercials.
the thing was that was also the year I sold a couple of my old laptops and bought the boys a pair of MacBook Airs. It was like 4 or 5 years ago.
It was when the MacBook Air, like the new design.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
11 inch
So
or
old
13
ones were
inch.
cheaper, and one of the MacBook Airs just wouldn't sign on to the web. Sometimes they come out of the box with a proclivity, and this one the other one was like, "Bink, I'm online. Everything is here." And the other one was like, "I have no idea who I am or what you are." And like an hour, and I'm getting madder and madder because my son is getting upset. And meanwhile, the whole family knows that there's a car in the garage for me.
Except
right?
for you.
Except for me. And look, I came really close to getting angry enough to be really like shitty about Christmas, but I didn't. I kept it together. I called a friend who was tech support at Apple, and he walked me through a couple of solutions, and one of them finally worked. And I was like, okay. It works. And then Julia's like, "Can you go downstairs and get the lasagna pan?" And I go down to get the lasagna pan out of the garage.
Did they all follow you down?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I turn around and they're all standing at the door, and I'm like, "What? What?" And then I realized, and I turn around and I went, "Ah!"
That's so funny.
Yet
was
another
really fun.
situation where keeping your cool
Yes.
worked out for you.
Oh, totally. Totally. So I'm very glad I was able to keep my cool, because that is this kind of thing that could unhinge you as a dad,
just
right?
the things that should be working that are not working is the thing that is the I don't go unhinged very often, but that will do it almost every time. Like Gina will come into the office, she'll hear me banging around on something, she'll be like, "Is something broken?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, just leave me alone." And she just, "I'll see you in a few hours."
Yeah. I'm trying to print something.
Right, fucking printers. Christmas. So for us this year, Christmas, my daughter turns 2 in January. So this is the Christmas.
Yes, right.
I think there's probably a Santa Claus costume in my future. Spoilers.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap, setting up the cameras.
So it's also hard not to spoil 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds, because everyone in the family sends them stuff and they just get like this king's ransom of crap.
Well, this is my family's been really good about that so far, because we ask them to spread stuff out throughout the year and bring stuff on visits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they also all know that we have a small Northern California house, and that like we don't have room for one of those big ridiculous plastic sliding boards that kids don't really need.
Costco,
or even a Billy Bass.
Yeah.
The 7-foot-tall teddy bear from Costco.
My father-in-law, when he found out that my wife was pregnant, sent one of those. I was like, you've never been to our house, so you don't understand. I don't know where I'm going to put a 35-pound teddy bear. It is enormous. My daughter uses it as a chair, it turns out.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so we're going through and like picking out.
Yeah.
She's getting Lego and all sorts of stuff like that.
Lego.
So.
That's the thing. For years, that was just my only answer. What do the boys want? Lego. What do the boys want? Lego.
More
It's
pieces.
just it's such an easy thing, and no one ever overlaps.
Well, we like Lego. I think Lincoln Logs are probably still a choking hazard for one more year, but I'm looking forward to those because those were always fun when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff.
Doing the kind of work we do, we get a lot of solicitations around this time. People companies asking, "Are you doing a gift guide?
Yeah.
We'd like consideration in your gift guide." And we don't do gift guides, but I do like reading about recommendations.
I like a good gift guide.
And a good gift guide is tough.
Oh no, I know. It's yeah.
Well, because the thing about a gift guide is what it promises is universal appeal for all people you might know. But good gifts are about like knowing what is going to tweak one person's particular fancy.
Yeah, and that's actually why I will start to look. Being on tour is great for Christmas because I'm in different cities every day, and I will start to look for things and just see what sort of captures my idea rather than, scrambling around San Francisco. Although San Francisco,
It's a good gift city.
San Francisco is a great gift city. And I will tell you, there is a great gift store here.
You turned us on to this.
Dandelion.
Dandelion is wonderful.
San Franciscans, if you have trouble this Christmas, go
Dandelion?
to Dandelion. What?
Where's Dandelion?
It's on Potrero and like 14th.
I've never
15th,
been there.
maybe.
15th?
Yeah, you've been there. We picked
amazing.
something up
It's
there one time.
amazing. There's,
What does it sell?
Yeah, it's a
It's
wonderful
gifts.
store.
It's like cheese boards and cards and
I don't
books
think I've
and
been
stuff
there. I
like
remember
that.
talking about it.
Not your standard run of cheese boards. Really, there's from high to low, good taste, really wonderful stuff.
It seems like they buy from like artists and
They have
craftspeople, and
fantastic
you
taste
get
there.
one-off stuff, which
Dandelion's
is
the
neat.
shizzle. Books. I buy lots of books.
I love to give books.
I also love to print out on archival quality paper photos that I have taken over the year of people that I love and give them framed prints. So I'll actually go to Cheap Pete's and buy a bunch of matted frames to fit. I have an 11 by 17 printer, so I'll make a slightly bigger than 8.5 by 11. Because I don't know, for some reason I see an 8.5 by 11 print and I can tell that it's 8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
So I'll go slightly bigger than that. And I'll spend a day before Christmas printing out 10 or 15 different ones and give those out. And I really like that because it's creative, it's thoughtful, and I've got 50,000 photos in my collection, and some of them are family members that are great that we all forgot that I took, and they're wonderful to see a few years later.
I mean, that's a wonderful gift for parents and grandparents and stuff like that. Is even if you don't have a great camera or a huge printer, you can get 4x6s printed at Target.
Oh, yeah.
And put them in one of those frames that has the 16 different pictures, collage frames. Yeah.
Another great one is the books, printed books like from Apple, which is probably you're almost close to too late now to be able to order them when we're recording this, let alone when this is playing.
Oh, yeah.
We should get some last-minute tips.
Last-minute tips.
We might run this a week earlier. Maybe we'll run this 2 weeks before Christmas instead of a week before Christmas. Who knows?
Time travel. It's happening.
Anything
What should I do? Pass me. What's next week's lottery numbers?
Do you know what Pass Me does every single year?
Just passes out on the living room floor at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
All 10 strings of Christmas lights, which are all connected in series, around a large cardboard tube. It takes me like 45 minutes to walk that many times around the Christmas tree to wrap them around. But every year at Christmas, when it's time to decorate the Christmas tree, I thank Pass Me because it's totally trivial. Plug it in and walk around the tree.
I'll have to tell my wife. She's in charge of our lights.
Dude.
Is it just what type of cardboard tube? Is it a poster tube?
It's an old poster tube.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a perfect use.
So I cut a slice in one end and put the plug in there, and then I just start wrapping it around. And really, you actually can get dizzy walking around your Christmas tree.
You can put stuff in the inside of the tube.
You could.
Oh, that's a great life hack.
There's my life hack for Christmas decoration.
Whoa, Norman's microphone.
What do you? This is why we can't have nice things.
Fish has ruined the whole podcast. Christmas plans? Spend time with family?
Yeah, we don't have distinct Christmas plans yet. As of this, we tend to play that stuff kind of late.
Yeah. Last year you guys were in New York, I think, right?
And the boys are not with us this Christmas. They were with us last Christmas in New York. Yeah, they're not with us this Christmas. They're with relatives in another state. So we will be by ourselves. And sometimes we just go to a hotel and have a little quiet Christmas in San Francisco, like a little time at a time.
That's nice.
We did that a few years back, and it was lovely. We stayed at the Fairmont, which felt specifically like we'd gone about 30 years into the past.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a Fairmont lobby, so I can't share on the podcast.
The Fairmont's lobby is every romantic comedy's version of a hotel lobby.
It's actually been in romantic comedies before.
Yes, it's been on multiple ones. The ceilings are like 80 feet tall, and it's like a football field wide. I'm totally lying about all of these dimensions.
And
there's a Christmas tree that's like
there's a big, huge. It looks like the Christmas. It almost feels like a tesseract where you go into the room and it's bigger outside than it is inside. Flip that, reverse it. But no matter how the staff at the Fairmont is unflappable.
They are.
So
they've they've been attempted to be flapped by everybody.
And at that time of year they deal with a lot of extemporaneous situations.
You guys, you're staying in town.
I'm probably staying in town. We haven't decided yet for sure. We might punt at the last minute and go to the East Coast. But
do you ever go to the movies on Christmas?
I used to.
No.
I took my sister. When we were in Tennessee one year to see the Two Towers on Christmas Day.
I saw the Two Towers on New Year's.
Christmas, probably.
It might have been Christmas Day.
Christmas?
Yeah. It didn't come out on Christmas, but that was when it had been out for a little while. It was a winter movie. Yeah, all of the first 3 Lord of the Rings movies.
They were all Christmas movies.
So we went to that and she'd never seen Fellowship, never read the books. So she got in there and she was like, well, what the fuck happened there?
What's a dwarf, a man, and a...
Right. 3 hours later, she's like, I had no idea the entire movie.
And a dwarf, a man, and an elf doing in the Riddermark.
Yes.
The line spoken by Carl Urban, later to play Judge Dredd.
Really?
Yeah.
He has the.
He's the Rohan writer.
Yeah. He's the blonde Urban.
Yes.
Blonde Carl Urban.
Cool. Carl Urban, mark my words, Carl Urban he's a major talent, and he's always hidden in movies. He plays Bones in Star Trek.
He's like Bruce Willis. He's like old Bruce Willis.
But he has
he's like 80s Bruce Willis.
Much more character actor. Much more disappears into his roles, and you don't even notice him. He plays the villain in the second Bourne film.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah.
He can do intensity and light.
We should do
that TV show with the robot, the cop robot partner TV show, and that got canceled on Fox.
We should have a Carl Urban Film Festival.
We should.
It's just movies that feature Carl Urban.
I love that.
Run out the
idea.
cast row for a day, run 8 films back to back,
is
see
a
the
great
evolution of
idea.
Urban.
I think that there is something in a film festival that we should talk about that.
Okay.
Like seriously.
Yeah, do the yes. Okay, I'll cut this
What
bit
could be
out.
weirder than a Carl Urban film festival?
I would go to a Carl Urban. I mean, somebody else
I
has to
Carl
go.
Urban might go to a Carl
We could
Urban
probably get
film
him.
festival.
Without his involvement, see if he shows up.
Yeah. It's like waiting for Guffman beats.
I don't think you should cut this part out. I think
You think we should leave
open
this?
discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't watch movies on Christmas. I never had that.
Are you
know
guys
what I
Die
love
Hard?
about
Do you watch
Christmas?
Die Hard around Christmas?
Wait, watch what?
Do you watch Die Hard every
No,
Christmas?
no.
Oh, it's the best Christmas movie ever.
You know,
Ho, ho,
I have
ho.
heard tell that Mythbusters is a Christmas tradition. They run a marathon every Christmas. My mom watches it.
Okay.
Not when I'm there, because that's weird. But
What are you doing, Mom? I'm just watching Mythbusters. Mom.
But when I met, I have met more than a few people who told me that it's a Christmas tradition to have Mythbusters in the background through the entire Christmas day.
The holidays just in general are a good time for binge watching of TV.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Not SVU.
No.
That's binge watching every other day of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much
There's
SVU.
so many episodes.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
Detective Unstabler.
we could have a Law and Order channel that's just Law and Order.
It could.
30 years of Law and Order.
It's the second longest running scripted show after Simpsons.
My
I
God,
believe.
Wow.
Dick Wolf could pay for that channel with some change from his couch.
Well, and then the other weird thing about Law and Order is because they had all those crossovers with Homicide and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's connections between the Wire universe
Yes,
and SVU
yes.
and all the places they did the 90s crossovers with all.
It's
It's
true.
wonderful. I never really got into Law and Order. It's another one.
I've
Wolfiverse.
watched hundreds of hours of Law and
The
Order.
Wolfiverse.
The what? The Wolf.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Oh,
He
okay.
just made it up. Dung dung. I don't know how we got to this. From
Yeah,
Christmas,
no, it's Merry
but-
Christmas.
Last minute
Oh,
gifts.
binge watching.
Yeah.
Last minute gifts. Books. I love books as gifts. I love books as gifts. I love books to receive them, but I also love to give them. And it is a terrific last minute gift because you can really start to think about what does that person talk to me about stuff that they like and get them a beautiful Taschen art book on the thing that
I
they
have
like.
my annual, here are my coffee table books that I recommend.
Yeah.
End of the year. I have
That's
a dozen.
Yeah.
great. That's great. And there's been a lot of really good ones.
That Star Wars costumes book is unbelievable.
How beautiful is that book? It is incredible. We've done a piece on
Yeah,
it?
yeah, we did it. And yeah.
Brandon
At the
has
end of
done
the-
a major,
yeah.
major work.
Yes, and you can buy them in stores. If you need last minute gifts, you don't
Yes.
need to do Amazon.
That's the thing. You can go to a bookstore. I'm sure they still exist.
That's one of the things that I used to like.
Well, you can go to real bookstores, and I mean non-chain bookstores,
Yes.
like Dog-Eared Books in the Mission or Green Apple over in the Sunset, and find old copies. If someone has a favorite book, buy them a first edition of it.
Yeah.
That is a great gift. It's a lovely. I bought Julia a limited edition of they were only printed 50 books of this poem "Morning in Suburbia" by her favorite poet, and I bought one of the monographs signed by the poet, and it was not crazy expensive.
Well, and I mean, we always talk about Etsy in this context.
John Ashbery is the name of that poet. I realized it would be stupid to elide the actual name.
We always talk about Etsy. It's a little late for Etsy, maybe sometimes not, depending on when we post this.
Couple weeks. Yeah, it gets kind of late, but there's also a lot of people prepped for the holidays on
true.
Etsy. And in general, gift giving via Etsy, phenomenal. And I've talked about this endlessly on the podcast. It's just, I love buying Christmas presents on Etsy.
I always used to buy TV shows for people, like favorite. There was a year that I gave everybody copies of Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
And probably on VHS, maybe DVD, I guess. But I think Netflix has ruined that in a lot of cases
Yeah.
because, your $8 a month that everybody's paying for. Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Far out.
Your $8 a month is,
taking care of
all the TVs there.
Yeah.
The thing that just happened was I set the accessibility alert so that when I get a ringtone, my light flashes,
yes.
which is annoying and
I
awesome.
thought I was having an aneurysm.
Does it smell like toast?
A little bit.
Our aneurysms are syncing up. We've been hanging out so long.
I feel like
Do you
we
do the
kinda-
thing where you contact it? You do the contact thing where the most American thing is if you can buy two for the price of, buy two of them for the double the price, why not? And you just buy one for yourself and one buy.
I do a lot of that. I'm terrible.
Yeah. And the best gift is the one that there's only one, and you decide to buy it for them.
Yes.
And not for you.
Well, the best gifts are always ones that you want.
Yeah.
Right. That's a lovely thing. I really enjoy that. What about New Year's? Should we talk about New Year's?
I have a 2-year-old, so I'll be watching Dick Clark and the ball drop and all that business most likely.
Excellent.
Well, I guess I'm not watching Dick Clark. Sorry, Dick. R.I.P.
Yeah, let's not talk about New Year's. Let's leave it at Christmas. Because basically the only thing I was going to say, I'm throwing a party. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we can post the address in the comments. People can come.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Please stay safe.
Well, I think that about does it for Christmas.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll tell stories of Christmas past or New Year's to come or something like that,
and talk about the actual tour.
Yeah,
and how it went.
That's a big promise, but we'll see what we can do about that. See you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a Merry Christmas.